Hello people, Linker here, and it's time to talk PvP. Specifically today, we're going to talk Ainz. Now, whether you're in Endgame and you see him every day of the week, or you're in a new server that doesn't even have him, these hot synergies that came up on stream are something I believe you will like. We reviewed interactions like the difference between Aaron and Nora displacements. One applies crowd control on its own, the other doesn't. Do you know which is which? We had some cool unknown facts too, fun experiments with Mahira preventing energy regeneration and her ult, but I digress. In this highlighted section, we're going to focus on Ainz counters. We'll talk mostly about Ainz and Burst in terms of counters. Trust me, I'm fully aware of Alna Lucretia's sets, but most players don't have access to them. We'll also showcase a free-to-play variant courtesy of the awesome community member Blacky Luke, with most variants in this video holding 70 to 80% win rate in terms of counters, assuming equal investment, trees, furniture, etc., which is pretty good. So for now, like, subscribe, join us for the next stream, and Twitch Linker, take it away. After you see this, if you ever lose to Ainz even once again, like most of these counters are like 80%, right? So like, if you ever lose to Ainz even once again in your life, we need to talk, okay? This is going to be the comprehensive guide. There we go. So this wins this, this wins this, this wins this, and this wins this. Allow me to explain. The idea is this. People complain to me, okay, the very first box here, are we all on page? Ainz, what the f, how do I win? So this is the base question. You see Ainz in PvP, and they're smacking you, and you want to beat them. So starting off, what's the most common Ainz set? It's going to be the standard Ainz set. You see this over here? You see this? Everybody and their mothers on MySpace is copy-pasting this chat. This is everywhere. Okay, I'm willing to bet in your top 10, look at your top 10, at least 5 people are going to be running the exact standard set. Now, if you see the exact standard set, which means Ainz, Rowan, Aziz, Albedo, twins, order doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Ainz on top or on bottom, okay? It doesn't matter this. You have one counter, which is out God comping. There's a side counter of bursting, but the best way to win that Ainz set is to out God comp, okay? So that's super basic. If you see Ainz and it's the standard set we just talked about, what's the standard set? It's this thing. How do you out God comp it? You take out Albedo, which doesn't generate energy, and you sub it with any one of these. Mahira, Beast, we talked about it in the chat. Go back in the VOD, she has like 5 different things why she works there. Laika, Mortis, Rain, Rosa, Tassie, Pharrell, so many different heroes can allow you to out God comp this thing. We all have the heroes required to beat Ainz. I'm talking about basic Ainz back God comp. If you want to beat him back, by the way, watch back the VOD, you're gonna see Nara, Gwyneth, Athalia stuff. That's pretty free to play friendly, right? But here, the only thing I'm gonna assume you have is about the same heroes that he has. These are heroes you should have if you want a PvP. It's the single best PvP set that there is. So how do you beat this? So you sub Albedo out for one of these. But then comes the question, like this goes back. Yo, Linker, alright, I can beat standard set, but then I see this. So there's gonna be 2 other sets of Ainz, out God comp and utility. So now we're gonna talk about how to win them. And you need to determine which one of these 2 it is. You have to determine which one of these 2 it is. How do you determine that? Out God comp is typically gonna sub out Albedo for someone else. In out God comp, there's gonna be no user of barricade. If there's a user of barricade, it's not out God comp. It's either standard or utility. If there's a user of barricade, if it's trying to out God comp you in the sense that it's trying to never let you ult, standard is never gonna work. This is exactly what we talked about. So what do you do against out God comp? You burst. These sets lose to burst because they have no barricade users. So you're able to completely dent like massive holes in the team before they even get to ult. What's an out God comp set? Let me give you an example. I'll just show you one here. This is just, by the way, this is the free-to-play Luke set. Check it out. Anyways, what's an out God combine set? Here. This is another pretty common set. This is another set that's pretty common to see, okay? You see this? It could be like this too, it doesn't matter. See this? This is trying to out God comp you. How do you know it's trying to out God comp you? Because you take the standard set and you see what's missing. Albedo's missing. What they put instead? Mahira. Mahira is a piece of the God comp. How do I know that? It gives faction bonus of energy. It gives a bunch of energy in the whip. It's trying, like the reason this, like the win condition for this set is that you never ult. Okay, so if you recognize that it's an out God comp set, what you need to do is to say, I don't need to ult, and take your burst set out. Okay, so if you see outguard comp, you slap that Aaron in there and you just dent massive holes and it loses. 3-star potions is FTP friendly? No, I said that Luke's one is FTP friendly. This is really FTP friendly. You'll always get faster energy cycle because Mazoth energy again, you have better odds versus burst. It depends. It depends. So there's many different characters that can allow you to outguard comp. I listed some here. Mahira, Laika, Mortis, Rain, Rarely, Rosa, Tassi, etc. It includes Feral, it includes Mazoth. But if you see characters that generate energy, it's an outguard comp set. Having that said, specifically the Mazoth variant with Barricade is a little special, but 99% you won't see that. Nobody's running that. But this is going to lose to other sets. This is going to lose to Burst, for example. Just an example. If you want to win Ainz guard comps, we're talking about this right now. And lastly, you might be telling me, yo, Linker, I'm seeing a set, an Ainz set, but it's not standard. It's not like copy paste what you said. It's also not outguard comp. What I mean by that, like let's say you open and you see a set like this guy. It's not outguard comping. Like you have Ezio and Arthur. These are not like, these don't try to generate energy. These are different ideas. Here he gives crit to Ainz and this is trying to win condition against physical tanks, whatever, you don't care. How do you win that standard? So now let me explain this for a second. The idea is this. There's a rock, paper, scissors. There's no current one set in the meta in Ainz comps that's unbeatable. What do I mean by this? Each set can beat something else and each set is beaten by something else. This is going to be standard Ainz. Standard Ainz beats utility Ainz. One, like really consistent. If you take utility Ainz, like that guy, and you run standard Ainz into it, like this, you win. Okay? Non-standard Ainz, like the utility Ainz, typically gonna be with a bunch of dimensionals, but there's also a couple other subs in there. This wins Aaron. This smacks Aaron. Why does it smack Aaron? Ainz and Arthur are immune to CC. Ezio reduces Aaron accuracy. It's a bunch of like utility. It mostly beats Aaron. It has the best matchup. It's like 65% win rate or something like that. Anyways, Aaron sets beat out God Comp sets. This is gonna be this. We talked about this 1 second ago. Out God Comp is beaten by Burst. Aaron, Burst, beats out God Comp. So if you see Mahira on an Ainz set, Aaron that. But then Mahira beats the Ainz and it kind of repeats itself. So you have this circle. This is gonna be the rock, paper, scissors of Ainz sets. And then there's going to be a bunch of non-Ainz sets. There's going to be Lucretia, Alna, and stuff like that beats virtually most of these sets. It's going to be something different. What about Arthur, Thoran, Ainz, Feral, Albedo comp? Everyone started using my arena. This is going to be utility. What beats this is going to be standard. Rarely Feral is going to clutch it, but you're going to have like 75% win rate, which is amazing. It equals standard. What teams beat standard Ainz that aren't your own Ainz teams? I've tried so many burst comps with Athalia, Loris, and win. Just makes Ainz ult in the first 3 seconds of the fight. Okay, allow me to demonstrate this. I'm going to waste my diamonds, chat. Follow for me making irresponsible decisions. Follow, like, subscribe. Okay, see this? I have 1 ticket now. Cost me diamonds. Was not effective. Where's number 1? Am I too low to challenge number 1? My goodness, the people in my arena has been so annoying. Whatever, I'm gonna challenge someone else that I think has the same stat. I know I'm higher power, it's just for the sake of demonstration. Oh, this guy has standard, okay. So what beats standard Ainz that is not Ainz? Great question. So this is what I advise basically you run. This is what I advise you run against it. But let's say you don't want to run Ainz against it, right? I'm clearly ahead. Doesn't matter, I just want to show for principle, okay? You can run Burst. Why do I know that? Because we typed it. Also Burst. Allow me to show you. You need to burst wherever twins are. Doesn't matter if they're next to Ainz. You need to kill twins before anything happens. Second option that Luke just told me about is this. Right? So here I placed Lorsan so that he links Albedo with Ainz. Then I Athalia it. Then I like at that. Let me show you how this works. Athalia jumps. It's over. You see the Ainz health? It just erased. Now, sure, I'm higher power. But do you think this was close? Did this look close? So that's that. That's that for the most of it. That's how to counter Ainz. There's gonna be other sets that are difficult, like Lucretia Allman. But we'll save these for another video. So as we said, some interesting Ainz counters. I'm sorry for the chat part covering a part of the stream. I've really enjoyed having you though. Like tree furniture, much more will come into play in these counters, but in terms of sets, these are some of the best there are out there. Thank you for all the support recently. All of you joining recently or supporting me for a long time. With busier times in real life and recent rise in haters, you people are the best. And I've been Linker. Peace.